This is a fake news bulletin. Again, this is a fake news bulletin, so watch the video for the fake news. The original audio that I had with this has been deleted. After further research and investigation and researching more across 7 different news sites across the continent in Europe, there is not one word of this. And upon further investigation, I find out that this Before It's News site is nothing but a make-believe fantasy propaganda news site. None of it's true what you're reading here. And to the lady that wrote this, Judy Byington, and to the poster on YouTube who took it as news and posted it to YouTube as if it really happened, you both need your heads examined. This is the kind of shit we don't need. Now, I'm not saying I wouldn't like to see George Soros arrested and Obama. But when you start posting things that certain people are in get mode that should be, but aren't, and you start going on with these ramblings, this site, Before It's News, is nothing but a propaganda fantasy news site dreamed up, and I don't really know if this woman's even real, Judy Byington. That photo may be fake. Could have been taken from Facebook or Twitter or anywhere on the internet and posted there. Who knows if she's real, if the photo's real. This news about George Soros being arrested is not true. I wish it were, but it's not. So this is a fake news site that's going to circulate its way around the internet and through YouTube, and I'm calling you on it. And I want everybody else to know it's fake. It's a completely made up, phony, bogus fantasy in somebody's weak little mind who doesn't know any better. It almost had me believing it because I wanted it to be so true, along with the rest of you who wanted it to be true too. Carefully worded, all kinds of things in here that would lead one to believe, and when you watch the original YouTube video of this broad who's talking with this foreign accent, it's almost believable. Had me believing it. But we also know how the mainstream communist media here in the United States and Canada, even if it were true, probably wouldn't report it. But from what I can tell so far and what I've researched, and not just through Google, but I actually went to some news sites in 7 different countries in Europe, from Denmark to Norway to Italy to Germany to Sweden and Switzerland and France. It doesn't appear that any of this is true. And it's definitely not hitting any mainstream media here in the United States or Canada. So this is a fake, bogus fantasy that somebody printed up, posted. Somebody with a YouTube channel posted it and got a fair amount of reviews. I thumbed it down. But this is a fake news site. Feel free to enlarge your screen, read it. Sounds good, it's a fantasy, but it's bogus as hell. And I'm calling this Judy, whatever her name is, on it. You people got too much time on your hands to even print shit like this up. There's other things you could be reporting on and being a real reporter instead of a National Enquirer reporter, because that's what this is. This is something out of the National Enquirer, like. It's it's equivalent to that. You know, space Martians land in Kansas in a big round spaceship and get out and walk around. You know, that kind of shit. You know, you people, you got to be on drugs or something if you got this kind of time to print crap like this up and put it out there and expect people to believe it. This is fake news. Fake news. It's propaganda. It's bogus. It's phony. It's pathetic. You ought to be ashamed of yourself. Whoever printed this up, and to the YouTuber, wherever you're at, in whatever country you're from, you ought to be ashamed of yourself for even posting the video. You're a moron. End of story. I've said all I'm going to say.
Okay, good evening. It's evening here, morning or afternoon, wherever you are. This is Catania Alvin with breaking news. Okay, Shadow Super X Political Intel Report, February the 3rd, 2019. Breaking. George Soros has been arrested at 13:23 GMT on the 3rd of February 2019 in Switzerland. Okay, I'll carry on reading this now. This is amazing news, everyone. One of, I consider, the most evil men on the planet at this time. Soros was arrested when Earth Alliance members stormed his retreat at St. Margethenberg, Switzerland, based on a tip-off from local police. The Earth Alliance had enough evidence supplied by Obama, who apparently sang like a bird, and other cabal informants at Gitmo to arrest Soros. Soros is believed to be in poor health and was prevented from committing suicide with a cyanide pill prior to capture. Documents found at the retreat revealed the locations of cabal underground bases from Ireland to Croatia, as well as the new type of CERN quantum, in quotes, China syndrome, and that's end of brackets, teleporter machines which could use the Earth's Van Allen belt to transport static objects from one side of the planet to the other in an instant. Earth Alliance source, in brackets as sources, revealed this was their technology stolen by the cabal back in 2007. Soros is believed to be currently under interrogation at a bunker near Gastenau, Switzerland. More info as it arrives. Well, take it as said. Don't believe it utterly, but again, here's another one. George Soros arrested, Obama believed charged with treason, Byington. So there's a link there. Open it up momentarily, and there you've got George Soros was said arrested in Switzerland at 13:23 GMT on February the 3rd. Evidently members of what was known as the Alliance stormed his retreat at Margethenberg, Switzerland, based on a tip from local police. We've done all that. Soros has been suspected of illegally influence US elections over the years, was thought behind thousands of immigrants forcing their way across the US borders. His organizations were believed to own and control software used to state voting machines. Yes, he owned, apparently he had hold of the crypto keys. The YouTube channel that's got a lot on that is American intelligence media. And even worse, the multi-billionaire was known to be a leader in the Vatican's Ninth Circle satanic cult. He was thought behind regularly scheduled satanic child sacrifice rites and human hunting parties organized under the Vatican and involving children and kidnapped teens across the globe, according to Kevin Annett. Okay, so we'll come. Stay well. And he talks about Trump here. He's saying he's a con man and would be